Hey, good afternoon. This is Alan Buchanan, and I wanted to spend a moment with you and demonstrate some companion apps that I have created in conjunction with the book, The Sequence. Now, many of you have been kind enough to buy the book, The Sequence, and as you are aware, the sequence stands for two things. The first and foremost is it's the foundation to your commercial real estate career. But secondarily, it is the steps of a commercial real estate transaction. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the companion apps, which is also referred to as Pipeline. And I'm going to show you how to search for that and also show you how to put the app on your home screen so that you have easy access to it. Okay, here we go. So Safari or whatever your browser is, mine happens to be Safari because I am working off an iPad. And here you see the sequencepipeline.com. This has already come up. I preloaded this, and I'm going to show you very quickly how to put this as an icon on your home screen. The little square with the arrow at the top, click that. View more, and then add to home screen. And then it asks you what you want to call the app. I'm going to call it the Pipeline. And add that, and boom, there it is. There is the Sequence Pipeline at the lower right. Now, let me walk you through exactly how the Pipeline works. And by the way, this is a completely free app. Sequencepipeline.com. You can download it, or if you don't want to put it on your home screen, you can actually just type in, share it, save it, what have you. All right, so we're going to open up the Pipeline, and this may ask us to create an account or sign in. Now, I already obviously have an account created, so I'm going to sign in here. That's already saved. If you don't have an account, you need to create one, which is just simply your email and your password. By the way, this is completely free. I don't see any of your data. It's completely password protected. So here we go. Try my face again. There it is. And now we are at the user interface of the Sequence Pipeline. The very top there, you see where it says add a deal. I'm going to click on add a deal, and I'm going to walk you through this. Now, at the very top right, you can see three buttons: active, inactive, or closed. We're going to work on an active transaction, and we're going to actually add an active deal to our pipeline. So under deal name, I typically will call that something like new listing. 123 Main Street, let's call it. You can call it anything you want. Stages of the commercial real estate deals. For those of you who have read my book, The Sequence, you know that there are SEQUENCE. So there are 8 steps: source, evaluate, qualify, under control, all outlined here. Execution, negotiation and close, commission, expand. It's important that we put this new deal into the stage of the sequence where it rests. Now, let's just assume for a moment that we have achieved a listing agreement on our new listing at 123 Main Street. So I would call that under control. We're signed, sealed, we're ready to start marketing. Under the type of deal, let's call it an industrial deal, which is my specialty. We're going to select representation. We represent the landlord. We're going to select the source. Now, sourcing comes from several different areas. Was this a deal that you prospected either through a cold outreach or potentially a door knock? Was this a call to an inactive client, someone with whom you've not done business recently? Was this a social media lead? Was it an inbound lead from a mailer that you sent out, or potentially from a sign or a brochure that you dropped off? Or was it a referral? That referral could have come from another broker. It could have come from another client. It could have come from some other complete different referral source like a CPA or a business attorney. I'm going to say this deal came to us via a referral. And then under the opportunity, is it a lease, a sale, a lease or sale, investment, consulting, or broker opinion of value? It is in fact a lease deal. And then I'm going to put here 100,000 square feet, well priced. You can describe it anyhow you like. And then it allows us to upload a photo. What I typically do on listings is I upload an image of the building. Make sure you have attribution to that image and don't use an image that someone else owns. But if it is a occupant requirement, generally what I'll do is I'll upload their logo strictly in here. So that makes it very cool to be able to differentiate between a listing and an occupant requirement. So I'm going to upload. I've already got some images preloaded in my images here. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find this building right here. And it allows you to shift it up, shift it down, shift it left, shift it right. So we're going to use that piece right there. And it says save the crop, which we're going to do. And boom, you can see your property photo appears. Now, the deal amount I'm very proud of because, as you know, lease deal, sale deal, investment deal. A lease deal at the front end is very difficult to estimate because you don't know how long a term you're going to do. You hope you achieve the asking lease rate, but you don't know what the annual increases are going to be. This app allows you to go in here and compute with a starting lease rate, and let's say our starting lease rate is $1.50. And let's say we're going to do a 65-month lease here. And let's say we're going to grow our rents on an annual basis by 3.5%. The square feet, as we've mentioned, 100,000. And then I'm going to leave the commission blank for the moment, and I'll explain to you why in just a second. Under free rent, we're going to give our tenant 1 through 5, months 1 through 5 in free rent. And now you can see down below where it's populated $1.50. We've got 7 months at $1.50. And then it's annualized that based upon our square footage times the number of months. And it's anticipated we're giving 5 months in the first year. We get a full 12 months in the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and then the sixth we have 5 months of rent. So if we're comfortable with the way that came out, we can populate the years. And here's where we plug in our commission. Now, many times an owner will pay a certain fee for the first few years of the deal, and then after that, they're going to pay you a lesser percentage. You also may have a partner involved within your company that's going to take a portion of the fee. So let's say that our fee is 3%. We have a partner that's going to take 50% of that. So our piece is 1.5% on a gross basis. So we type in 1.5 here, 1.5 in the second year, 1.5 in the third, 1.5 in the fourth, 1.5 in the fifth. Now, in the sixth year, our client is going to only pay a 2% fee to the marketing team, of which we are 50%. Once again, we have a partner for 50%, we're 50%. So our piece of the sixth year fee is only 1%. So the total commission you can see down there is computed to $142,000. And you can see that the total deal size is $9.79 million. $142,000 based on an effective fee percentage of 1.45%. And once again, that's based on 5 years at 1.5 and 5 months at 1%. Once again, we're splitting that fee 50-50 with our partner. All right, so we're comfortable with that. And by the way, if you'd like to download this calculation into a CSV, a PDF that can be forwarded to an administrator, an office manager who prepares your billing vouchers, you have that ability as well. So we're going to use this amount. And now it has populated the deal amount, $9,793,190, it has interpolated the fee, 1.454 ... computed the fee, and given us a probability based upon the stage qualifiers. Now, this is a listing, and we've said that it's under control, which means that we have a signed commission agreement and we have an exclusive agency received. I'm going to press that, and you can see that took the probability up to 53%. If we have a signed commission agreement, you can see that that takes the percentage up to 56%. If, however, you don't believe that your percentage is as high as what this is computing for you, you can actually change this to whatever you want. Let's say you're feeling like, gee, it's overpriced, it's going to take a while for it to lease, I'm going to give it a 25% probability. Or conversely, if you're feeling very bullish and you say, gee, I think there's a 90% chance this deal is going to happen. But let's go back down to our presets, and we're going to plug that in, and that's going to give us a probability of 56% that this deal is going to make, and that we're going to get a 1.454% fee based on the deal amount that we've computed. Once again, as this changes, as this materializes, maybe you do a 10-year deal. Maybe you convince the owner to give you an extra point. Whatever the case may be, you are able to change this on the fly. Now, here's where we re-enter our address, and I'm going to say 123 Main Street here. There's really not a Main Street in Orange, but there is a 123 South Main in Seattle, Washington. So we're going to go ahead and click that one, and click that one, and you can see it populated our city, our state, and our zip. The target close is interactive. Let's say it's going to take us 90 days to get this deal done. So we're going to get this deal closed by September 30th. And we're going to say there is going to be a cooperating broker. We're going to say that's CBRE. And whatever notes you'd like to add here, which will give you some color about the transaction. And then once we have all this filled in, you can see how intuitive it is. You just press save, and this is saving our deal. Now, if we go over here to the under control section, once again, remember, deals come, they're sourced, they're evaluated, they're qualified, then we get them under control. So it dropped in our new listing at 123 Main Street into the under control bucket. If we were in the process of executing it, in other words, our marketing plan was underway, then we could drop it into the execution bucket. If we receive an offer and now we're negotiating, that falls into the negotiation and close bucket. Once we close it, it falls into the commission to be paid bucket, and then ultimately the expand bucket once we've gotten the deal completely done. But you can see here that this dropped it in under control because that's what we told it was the stage of the deal. If we want to go in and say, now it is done and we're just waiting on our fee, we can go in here and save that. And then what that does is it drops it in to negotiation and close. So that is the way the sequence pipeline works. One other thing I want to show you is I want to show you this dashboard, which is a really cool feature of the sequence pipeline. Now, the dashboard takes all of the information that you have fed into it, and it puts it into a couple of different categories. It shows you how many deals within your pipeline have been sourced, how many are currently being evaluated, how many are currently being qualified, how many are currently under control, how many fall into the execution category, the negotiation and close category, the commission category, and the expand category. And then it allows you to see every deal that you've entered in the stage in which it rests. It shows you the fees that you've been paid to date. It shows you the deals that you've closed and what you're owed. And it gives you a total pipeline value and deal count. So that is the sequence pipeline. I once again want to stress that this is completely complimentary. This is something that I have created as a give back, as a value add for anyone that's purchased the book, The Sequence. Now, you might be asking, what if I haven't purchased the book? That's fine, you don't have to. You can still use this. And I hope that you find it is incredible and that you make millions of dollars using this. All right, this is Alan Buchanan. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me at abuchanan@lee-associates.com or my mobile number 714-624-3896. Let's make it a great week, folks. Bye now.